Welcome one and all to The How. My name is Jack Foster, and in this episode, I sat down with Hersey varsity basketball players Jackson Hupp and Nick Ahlquist to discuss their off-season preparation and their goals coming into the season. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The How. My name is Jack Foster, and the producer and co-host of today's show is Johnny Fahey. We are very excited to welcome Nick Ahlquist and Jackson Hupp here to the podcast studio today, powered by Jets Pizza. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for coming in. Glad to have you here.
Appreciate it.
So, to kind of get started, kind of just an introduction to you guys as players and your background. We'll start with you, Nick. How long have you been playing basketball for?
I've been playing since as long as I can remember. I've been playing since kindergarten. Dad was coaching me, and ever since then, really haven't stopped playing. So.
I've been playing since I was in second grade. So a lot of kids are like, yeah, I picked up a ball when I was first born and stuff like that, but I did a variety of sports, so I started a little later than some people, so I started second grade, third grade.
And you guys have both played basketball all 4 years at Hersey, right? And you guys were both varsity starters last year. What were those years before varsity like with sophomore and freshman?
You got it.
Honestly, it was definitely new coming in as a freshman and playing high school sports. And I remember going to freshman trials, and there's 60 kids there. And I'd say definitely first 2 years are definitely a grind. Just working every day at practice, playing as hard as I can in the games, knowing or hoping that I can eventually play varsity senior year and have a blast, and it can just be all uphill from there.
I would say it's pretty much what he said. It's mostly a grind. You just gotta kind of stand out from all the other kids that are trying out. It could be 60 kids trying out, or it could be 20, and it's limited cuts. So you just gotta kind of stand out, and it's what are you gonna really do to show you belong on the team and stuff like that.
What are some of your favorite things about Hersey basketball?
I'd say just the family that we kind of made throughout the years. Freshman year, it was kind of guys all scattered around. Brody ended up getting called up the sophomore as you were on varsity, and then sophomore year, Brody was up on varsity, and again, just a bunch of guys moving around. But now that we're all been together for a good 2 years now, it's really just been great, hanging out with everyone, not on the basketball court, but laughing in the locker rooms or team dinners, just having a great time, really building that camaraderie. And
Yeah, I would probably say the family and the community that comes with it. I'd say I've gained so many relationships from basketball alone that it's just pretty crazy, and I feel like everyone has at least tried Hersey basketball out, and you just get to connect with other people. It's just whatever your team is doing, you guys can go out, have team dinners, or say for us it's at Pekin, we get to stay in rooms together and just have fun and play basketball. So that what else can you really ask for?
Yeah, that family connection is one of the key things in sports, Johnny.
Yeah, you guys, brand new coach with Widlowski. Obviously going to change up his coaching style. How has he differed already from the coaching style of Coach Hess and Coach Scott? You guys have both been under 2 head coaches already, and this is now your third one. How is he differing already?
You got it.
I would say when we both had Scott and Hess, both coaches were great, amazing coaches, and I feel it's a little different from how you view the game, because with Scott and Hess and Coach Widlowski, it's super detailed, but it's also sometimes you have different play styles and different sets you can run, which are a lot different from each other, and sometimes the way you view a defensive set or different reads. I would say that's mainly what I think, but
yeah. All 3 coaches, and honestly really any coach that knows what they're doing, they all have different coaching aspects, different type of drill that they're going to run, how they're going to run practice as a whole. And what Widlowski's kind of done is just we're here to win and we want to play, and it's not any different compared to what Hess or Scott wanted. Like, they wanted to win, they wanted to play, they wanted to compete. I feel like Wodlowski's maybe a little bit more, like, just because he's been coaching for longer, so maybe he knows a little bit more. But Hess and Scott still did a great job. They knew a lot and coached us very well. So yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the word old school with him a couple of times
Very
from
true.
some
A little
teachers
bit,
that
yeah.
knew him before.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of things, but all good things.
Yeah.
Jay.
So kind of a reflection on last season. I know you two both were in the starting 5 last year, and there were plenty of juniors around that roster. You guys were 16-15, 5-5 in the East. You guys came up short versus Prospect and Meadows last year. What's different about this year's team compared to last year's that could help you get over that hump that is Prospect and Meadows?
I'd say what Wodlowski's really helped us, or what we've been doing a lot better, is really like just playing as a team, and like trusting one another at practice. And like, I know if I make an extra pass, like, yeah, maybe I was open and I could have hit it, but I know if I'm making an extra pass to Jackson or Charlie or whoever, I can trust them and know they're gonna hit a shot. And it's really just playing as a team, and we all like just want to win. Like, we don't care about I had 30 points or whatever, or I had double or whatever you want to say. All I really want is, like, we just want to win for real.
Yeah, I would say the key aspect that I've really been like kind of zoning in on was like during our practices, it's a lot more like, I wouldn't say like physical or like we just have like an edge to us, but it's just like we kind of have just like a chip on our shoulder. Like, we knew we could have beat Prospect twice. We knew we can like go neck and neck with Meadows, and like, I feel like we just have like kind of a chip on our shoulder, and we know we can perform better than what we have. And in practice, I feel like that's shown, and I feel like we're a lot closer than we were last year due to like some roster changes and some things like that. But I feel like once we get that stuff down, I feel like we're ready to roll.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, you guys had a much younger team last year. How do you think that now with an older team, obviously you guys have some juniors starting again, but most of the starting 5 and most of the entire roster last year was juniors, and now you guys are all seniors. How do you think that'll defer and make a difference this season?
I'd say experience for sure. Like, we went through ups and downs last year, and now coming into this season, we've all been through it together. So we know what it takes and what we got to do to compete and win games.
Yeah, I feel like with the senior class and like just being like seniors and juniors like heavy on this team, I feel like it's just like we're a lot closer, and we like kind of push each other to be our like best. Like, we're only a year apart, so it's like
Yeah.
like we're kind of like expecting each other like to do our best. And I don't know, it's just kind of fun, like, playing against some of the juniors, and also like playing against like some of like our best friends as well. And so I feel like it helps us a lot that we have more experience, like Nick said, because during the game it's just like we all know where each other's at, and like what sets we're running, and like how to do different things that we might have not known last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, you guys are probably one of the more experienced teams in probably the area. You know, a lot of guys coming back. That's probably key for a lot of success, I envision, this season.
Yeah, for
Sure. So you guys, this whole off season, what have you guys been doing to prepare? How was summer camp? How are you guys doing? How was summer camp as a team with a new coach? How was practices so far? Like, what are you guys doing to prepare for this first game on Monday?
I mean, summer camp was a grind. Like, I know I had football before, so I'd go to football early in the morning, and then I'd go to basketball at afternoon at 1 o'clock, I think it was. And I don't know. I mean, we like really got after it in the summer, like just trying to get better, try to get better as a team as much as possible. And we played a couple like tournament games in the summer, and a little sloppy at times, but.
That was.
I mean, it was because it was summer and early and everything.
Those couple of games.
But I mean, we were really just getting after it, trying to get better and know we got good things coming up for the season.
Real quick, just to shout out Nick Ahlquist for all conference in football this year.
Good.
So very good. Hopefully he can getting all conference in basketball this year? Maybe in
Yes,
all
sir.
area.
Yes,
Maybe, I don't
sir.
know. Hopefully.
Jackson, what have you been doing this offseason?
I would say, like, just like continuing to lift. Obviously, like, I didn't play football this year, but I like lifted every single day. I was making sure I was like still getting in the gym after like our summer camp. I mean, dude, like our gym was getting redone, so we had to go to Forest View.
That gym was
But
hot.
dude, that gym was hot. Like
Yeah.
we lost a lot of pounds, like just pure sweat. But we would go hard in the summer, and then I would actually go to Spear and lift with Pomus. So that was always good. Like I got to be around him a little bit more, and I would just like say like just consistently staying in the gym.
And like during
100%.
football season, you guys got to like lift and do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Like
Yeah.
it was just a lot more of like shots and stuff like that, which
Yeah, and so
mean,
like,
I don't
during
mind.
football season for me, I would always just try to shoot or work out with certain coaches or whatever, either on Saturday or Sunday if I can get something in. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you mentioned Spear. Is that like a basketball personal training program or something like that?
So it's a personal training program out of like the Vernon Hills area. So there are some guys that are from like Stevenson or like, I mean even like schools like McHenry that go there, but it's basically just like sports performance stuff, and it's not only for like basketball, like it's for hockey, baseball. I know Brady Clare goes there with us, so that's good to see him once in a while. And then some of the like NBA players that go there are like Jalen Brunson, Taco Fall, and then there are a couple football players like on the Bears that go there. So it's a good atmosphere. I love all the people there.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, so to touch again on senior leadership, you guys had 2 seniors last year, right? Arrowwood and Rigg.
Yeah.
What were those guys like as leaders?
I mean, I loved playing with Jared and Justin.
They were the
Like
best.
they were. I mean, I remember going up sophomore year. I got like called up to help practice for playoffs, and being around Jared and a couple other. Jared was only a junior at the time, but like the other seniors or whatever, like they brought just fun atmosphere. And then last year, like anytime you were like down or like whatever, Jared and Justin were always kind of there to like cheer you up, or like you could like really trust them. And yeah.
Yeah, I would say they were like older brothers to me. Like I looked up to Jared a lot. I still text with him this day, but I know like Justin's off playing like college volleyball and like Jared's playing college basketball. So I mean, I wish I could see them more. Jared came to one of our open runs like a little bit ago, so that was good to see him. But I would say like they played a like important role in like leadership and making sure everyone was like good and intact. And I don't know, they just kind of seemed like big brothers to me, and I looked up to them, and it was just like super fun, especially at like Pekin.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. It was always just
it was
fun
so fun.
hanging out with them. They created a good
Yeah,
atmosphere.
good moments.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We kind of already touched on the Rolling Meadows prospect games, the big games. What are you guys feeling for your record and record in the East? Because we lost one to BG last year as well. But how are we feeling for record in the East and record in general this year?
I mean, I'd say obviously the goal is to go undefeated and win conference, and I think it's definitely possible. We just gotta trust each other and kind of not completely forget about those losses. Still like remember them in the back of our head, but don't think about it. Like no, like they did this, we did whatever happened last year. Like Jack just kind of said, have a chip on our shoulder and like go in, attack the games, and just try to do our best and win.
Yeah,
For sure.
I totally agree with that. Like just having it in the back of our mind, just not really like stressing about it too much, because once you start worrying about it, then that becomes like a big factor. Like
Yeah.
you just have to go out and play. Like it's not like literally in basketball anything can happen. And I feel like we obviously want to go 10-0 in our conference, but obviously there's going to be good games, and like we got to get prepared for that. So I'd say like I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So you guys have a Thanksgiving tournament coming up next week, right?
Yeah.
In Palatine, you guys got games against Huntley, Lake Park, and Stevenson based off of looks of it. And
Yeah.
you guys have experience with Lake Park and Stevenson, right?
Yes.
You guys, did you 1-1 against those teams or?
Stevenson, we just played him last year in the Thanksgiving tournament, right?
Yeah, Stevenson, we lost to it. Honestly,
We
those
lost by, like,
first
2 or 4.
those first four games were actually super close with
Yeah,
like
we should-
GGS,
yeah.
Stevenson, and
two
Palatine.
or three of them we definitely
Yeah,
could have won.
but then the Lake Park game was at Pekin, right?
Yeah.
First game.
Yeah, first game we played them, and you were hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think one other, maybe it were just you hurt. You were hurt. Someone else was hurt, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And we ended up only losing by like 2 or 4 points,
Yeah.
and it was a really good game. They were a really good team, like coached very well and everything, and
I mean,
I feel like we definitely could have won that game. And we
Yeah.
did play them over summer.
yeah, we did.
We did play them over summer too, and kind of caught a dub. But I mean,
Yeah.
that was summer. Can't really forget about it.
Yeah. I mean, Stevenson's gonna be good though.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
we know a couple of guys on that team. Obviously, they also kind of have a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost like one of their best players last year, but
Yeah,
I mean, they still should be pretty good competition. So
yeah,
I think it should be
good
good
games.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily totally educated on basketball. I know you guys might use huddle, right? Like
Yeah,
football.
we do. Yeah.
So do you guys do like huddle analysis and whatnot prior to games?
Yeah, we do honestly
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
I mean,
with huddle.
the one thing like Coach Wodlowski does a like really good job of like the huddle stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's a study hall teacher, and like he takes most of that time, and he'll like go through like all of our games,
Like
clip
legit,
it up,
like
and,
every single shot. Like,
yeah.
he's like, all I do is sit in that study hall room. I'll watch film all day, and that's
and
literally what
like,
he does.
Like last year, we had like
Sounds
some
familiar.
bad. We
Yeah.
had some bad shots during the game, and he literally counted every
Yeah,
single
he
one.
counts
of
and
them.
grades like every single shot.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's something that's
Yeah,
like, that
but
helps us for
yeah,
sure.
the huddle stuff is definitely like
Yeah.
super good.
'Cause you watch film on other games, film on our games, and then there's like stats and percentages and,
And
all
practice
all
film,
different
too.
stuff and
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it helps a lot.
Sounds like twos for football.
Yeah.
It's literally what he exactly does, but
Yeah.
in football. So based on what you guys have noticed from last year's games, like what changes are you guys making in order to succeed this time around?
Obviously new coach.
Yeah.
So that's a big change, but I mean, different plays, different type of atmosphere, different. I don't know.
I think the main thing that like we kind of look forward to in practice is just like pretty much just learning. Like a lot of players want to just like know everything right away, but if you learn something every single practice, it's like you're like gaining more knowledge and like you're doing a lot better. And I feel like we've learned new defensive schemes,
Yeah.
new offensive plays, like how to run different sets and stuff like that, which is like honestly really good. But I feel like that's like really improved
Yeah,
from
these-
last year.
I mean, Wodlowski's also just trying to get the main point of like we want to win and we want to compete. We're not here to like just have fun. Like obviously, you're gonna have fun, but in my mind, like winning's fun, and I
Yeah.
want to win. So like, hopefully it's yeah.
Yeah. You guys look like you're pretty set for success based off what I'm hearing. Coach Wodlowski sounds like a great coach for this program, very fit. And that's it for today's show. I'd like to thank Nick and Jackson for coming on in. And thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Also, a special thanks to our sponsor, Jets Pizza, over there on Rand Road. That will do it for this episode. I'm Jack Foster, and on behalf of John Fahey, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.